Hey guys, this is the Super Review Show here. This is a Rock Talk episode. This is Kyle, the Kushmaster. How you doing today, Kyle?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing? Today we are going to be discussing one of the best albums of all time by any artist ever. It's opinion-based, but really it's not, because this is AC/DC's Back in Black. You can just see the reflection of the light off in the background. Yes, this is, why don't you go first? Because I enjoy AC/DC, but this is the record that actually got me, into AC/DC. Because I love certain songs, like Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Yeah.
For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, a bunch of the stuff off TNT, High Voltage I really like. But this was the first album I like.
I don't know if you know this, but I actually used to be only like hard rock, and then I kind of went into Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin. So actually, these guys are my first band.
Oh, so AC/DC's your first band.
Yeah, AC/DC is my first band. I kind of like.
He was raised right.
I kind of like the more classic rock a little bit more now, but I love AC/DC. I know this. I didn't really see them through one album, but my dad used to have them on a lot, and I remember. So I like AC/DC a lot.
Yeah, this is one of their most successful. This is one by far, in my opinion, they're their most successful, right? Because let's just list the tracks for a sec. Back in Black, great. Yes. Hell's Bells, great. Shoot to Thrill.
Those three are their most,
Yeah, exactly. This is actually their second dog song with Giving the Dog a Bone. What Do You Do for Money, Honey? Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.
I like that song.
That's a good one, too. Let Me Put My Love Into You. And then my favorite, actually. My favorite, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's in that top 2 or 3. It's You Shook Me All Night Long.
Yeah, I like these three the best, I would say.
Yeah.
Shook Me All Night Long is good, but I like...
good. It's really great, man. It's really good.
But I like... my favorite would have to be... Back in Black and Shoot to Thrill, and then Hell's Bells, and then Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Then You Shook Me All Night Long.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I will say though, Shake a Leg and Have a Drink on Me. Those are I would like to call, because every band has deep cuts. The Beatles have deep cuts.
Yeah.
I would say Have a Drink on Me might be a fan favorite, but it could be considered a deep cut. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I would consider a deep cut too.
Same thing with the Giving the Dog a Bone. Yeah. Or What You Do for Money. These are certain songs Back in Black, Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, bam, 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 hits.
Yeah.
Hits on the chart. You Shook Me on the chart hitter. Rock and Roll and Noise Pollution. You hear it all the time on the radio.
Yeah.
So it's those 5, but the rest are I don't want to say the rest, but I'd like to say that a lot of these are actually deep cuts. Let me show you the back. This is the original pressing of the vinyl too. This is obviously the bottom's a little chipped on the bottom, but this is what it came in when it came out in 1980.
Yeah,
1980. And this is an album that first of all, look at we're gonna look at this, and then I want you guys to see this. This is really, just the only thing that's lit here, that actually stands out, is the letters AC/DC.
Yeah.
And Back in Black.
It's in black. Yeah.
It's in black. You can just barely see. You can probably see it right there. But this is also. Like I said, this is what, their 5th album?
Yeah.
Because it came out in 75.
Yeah, and I think this was the first, really...
commercial success. I think of it in other artist terms. Let me explain. How... Springsteen's a great example of this. Born to Run was his breakthrough. I don't know what AC/DC's breakthrough was, per se. They got him into... U2. War was their breakthrough. The Joshua Tree made them international.
Yeah.
This made them international.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what album made them, what album broke them through. I think, was it High Voltage or was it
I think High Voltage
came before, 75. 76 was Highway to Hell. Or 75.
Yeah, I think you're right, because the Highway to Hell song had to give him at least, a breakthrough.
A lot of credit.
Yeah.
This was there for them. Billy Joel's a good example. He had recognition with his 4th album and his 2nd album, and then his 5th album came, which was A Stranger. I think we were talking about this at one point. It was a breakthrough. This was a breakthrough for AC/DC because they were at this point they were bar band.
Yeah.
Because
they weren't the biggest. Yeah.
Do you remember what I told you about this? Was that what was it? I tell you this a few weeks when we were talking about what were we talking? Were we talking about the Rolling Stones or were we talking about? No, we were talking about Led Zeppelin. And I got off to the point of Rolling Stones about they influenced a lot of things. AC/DC covered as early back as I could do research, they actually covered, and I think I told you this. I could have told you guys this too. They covered Honky Tonk Women, AC/DC, Honky Tonk Women, and Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Yeah.
Those two are, I know those two for definite, for sure. That AC/DC, this world-renowned hard rock, like, would it be Let It Be Rock? Let There Be Rock?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Was that their breakthrough?
It might have been, yeah.
And then came Back in Black. I will say, their later stuff was, like, really good. Like, they put it on, like, 2008. It was called Rock and Roll, like, Black Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. But
it was. In my opinion, though,
yeah.
they never compared to these. Like.
Oh no, that's any artist too. Like, you look at Bon Jovi. His first 3 albums are incredible, and the first 4 or 5 are great. Then it gets a little like, if you want to get into it.
Yeah,
But like AC/DC's like 70s and 80s stuff are probably their best stuff. Like this is 80. Actually, fun fact: Thunderstruck came out in 1990.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
The Razor's Edge was the album.
I know that album.
The album came out.
Money Talks is in that too, right? Razor's Edge?
Razor's Edge, Money Talks, Thunderstruck.
Yeah, those are my 2 favorites.
Thunderstruck, everyone knows Thunderstruck, but Thunderstruck came out in like 1990, and that's AC/DC. So a 70s, 80s band was like great in the 80s as well.
I mean,
90s, excuse me, 1990 into like that was their biggest, that was their tour at the time, the Razor's Edge tour.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have any other thoughts of this? I mean, I know you grew up with this more than I did.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was more of like a, I don't want to say soft rock, but like a classic rock / piano rock kind of guy.
Yeah, I could see like
that's for me. But for you, you're like an AC/DC guy.
Well, I wasn't I was only hard rock. I only like Metallica and stuff, and then I started going into like Led Zeppelin. You know, I don't know why. I guess I just grew up to be more mature. I don't need just the more loud noise. I like a lot of types of songs. You can
branch out. Like I think we both branched out, really.
Yeah.
Because like
that's the right word.
Yeah, like I started. Like I told you, my first love of any rock and roll music ever was Kiss. Yeah. But they weren't my first actual artist. They were the first band I got into. My first artist I got into was Billy Joel. But then I progressively got. I don't have any Metallica on my phone, but I appreciate Enter Sandman. Yeah. There's a certain point I won't go to. I'm not going to go alternative or metal.
Yes. The metal is just a little too much for me.
It's like Iron Maiden, right?
Yeah, I don't...
That's really...
If you're a fan of metal, I don't care.
Like all music, all subjective stuff. We're just saying how we feel about this. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, look, AC/DC at the time, when This is Brian Johnson, too. Yeah. Bon Scott was before him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because whenever you hear, let me see this for a second. When you hear like any of the songs up here, like "Shoot the Thrill," "You Shook Me on the Lung," right? Yep. You hear someone that sounds a little bit like Bon Scott. Bon Scott though was the original singer for AC/DC.
AC/DC, and then
he was from '75 until this album. And then because he died.
Yeah.
But good old Angus Young, man.
He's losing his voice though.
Angus Young is losing his voice?
No, the one who's the lead singer of
Brian Johnson. He's done.
I mean... Oh, yeah. I was saying he's losing his voice.
And the bass player... AC/DC as a group, I think, is done. We'll get into this in just one second, but also, let me just point something out. AC/DC... Hey, you want to hold this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so... Like, AC/DC's most recent tour, Rock or Bust, they put out a new album.
Oh, they did.
2015, 2016. And basically, I'm trying to think how to word this. During the tour, Brian Johnson got extremely strained of voice, and his voice was going, and his hearing was already going.
Yeah, but because
you go to an AC/DC, they're the loudest show on the planet.
I know. You got it. That's the only problem I would have with being like a harder rock.
Or like even a metal, I couldn't take
because it's just like I don't want my ears bleeding, and I want to keep my hearing and stuff.
even as like
if it floats your boat, go ahead. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my personal.
Yeah, you heard here first, floats. If it floats your boat.
Yeah, floats your boat. Yeah.
No, but like seriously, I think this we can do we'll do actually I don't have it with me. It's not. Our next album of the week is not down here. It's on CD. I will tell you in a minute. But basically, let me just get a little segue into it, if you will. Basically, So as I was saying, AC/DC's tour was the Rock or Bust World Tour. They were going around the world, but Brian Johnson gets sick, and they're like, wait, we need someone to sing.
Yeah.
They call Axl Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Did you heard about this? Yeah. This is over like the last year or two or something. Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses comes in and basically scoops up the tour. But what I realized, when I started looking at what they were playing, same night, Riff Raff shows up.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Domination shows up. Sin City shows up. All these under the note that it said first time played since 1979. First time played since 1982. First time played. Giving the Dog a Bone. Problem Child. All these songs they were starting to play their older hits because I think that as much as Angus Young wants to play, I think AC/DC as a group is done.
Yeah.
Because the bass player retired. Remember that Cliff Williams retired?
Yeah, he did.
But Malcolm and Angus, I think they still want to go. The drummer, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you. I think they're done.
I think that's what I'm saying though. But now, before we get into the video, so Axl Rose has finished up the tour with them. For those Red Rocks, recently, blah blah blah, right? Finished up the whole tour.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're done. But Angus Young makes an appearance at a Guns N' Roses concert in Australia. Kind of like home turf.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Axl Rose knows the AC/DC songs now. He knows more of them. So much so, Axl Rose has come out and said, I have joined AC/DC.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, wait. As a fan of Guns N' Roses, I'm saying to myself, what in the living hell?
Like, why would you?
Are you doing? Right? Let me say. So, they covered, it's not on here, they covered 2 songs. They covered A Whole Lot of Rosie, and Riff Raff. I love Riff Raff. I love the song Riff Raff. You have no idea. When I'm in the car and I hear Riff Raff on my shuffle, and I'm like, I just go nuts in the car. But seriously, so Guns N' Roses, there's a rumor, actually no, there's a small report that came out from Angus Young himself that said, someone interviewed him and said, hey, what are your plans? And he said, me and the guys from Guns N' Roses are talking about making an album together.
That would be cool. Hybrid album.
Hybrid album. Now, we've seen some of those have sucked.
Yeah.
Some of them are great.
Yeah, some of them.
But some of them have been really good. Queen and David Bowie, Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Great combination. Mick Jagger and David Bowie on Dancing in the Street.
Yeah.
There's been many album combinations over the years. Like, I can't think of any right now. Oh my god! If you think of any, if you guys think of any album like combinations, like I don't know, like Kiss and Motley Crue teamed up, or like the Who and you know what I mean. If you could think of something, let me know.
The Who and Metallica.
Oh my god! No, but like that thing, they have to have like Alice Cooper and Kiss.
Yeah.
Sounds good together.
That would be good, yeah.
Like, I don't know. You could do you could do an Elton John and Billy Joel did that.
That would be good.
They've done that for 20 years. They did the face-to-face tours.
Yeah.
They're the two just sat across from each other at the piano, and they played each other's songs.
Yeah.
Here's Elton's. Here's Billy's. Here you go. So it worked. They sound. You know what I mean? Like U2 and Bruce Springsteen would be incredible.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really good.
But as far as like actually making an album together.
It's harder.
It's harder because you're using different on the musical side alone. Guns N' Roses, I believe, is hard. They're metal.
Yeah,
they're like light metal.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't know if they could work together. But I mean, it's worth a shot. That'd be pretty cool. I'd listen to the album.
Because think about it though, just for a sec. Axl Rose has been on tour with AC/DC, and then what did they do? Axl Rose and AC/DC did well together.
Yeah.
So why can't Angus Young, the guitarist, the one who brought AC/DC to the forefront, work with Guns N' Roses?
Yeah. And
show up a few tricks on the guitar. I don't know. But like, that being said, mentioning AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, I don't have it with me. I forget where I put it. But our next album for next week. Are you ready for this?
No. I mean, yeah.
He's like, nah. Is Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses, their debut album from 1987. Have you heard of the whole thing?
I have not heard, so I'm going to...
God damn it, what is wrong with your life?
I probably have heard some of the album. I have a lot
Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City.
Yeah, I've heard
Heaven's Door.
Paradise City is one of my favorite songs ever.
I love it, it's so good. But yes, that is our next...
Ratings.
Oh my goodness, you're saving me.
I say that every single time I have to remind you.
Every single time, JT. If I had to rate, you go first. I'll go first because I know you've already told me what you wanted to rate this. look, as someone who loves AC/DC, who appreciates what they've done over the years, who appreciates how much of time and effort they put into stuff, I will give Back in Black, out of 10,
Yeah.
a solid 8.8.
I will give it an 8.9 out of 10. Actually, you're pretty close.
Well, we're really close. I love it, but you love it just a bit more.
Yeah, because of that
background. That like more nostalgic.
Yeah.
Is a good word. So there's that. Anyways, Appetite for Destruction is our next album. I don't have it on vinyl because it didn't come out on vinyl. It came out on CD. It came out like 87, I think. Yeah. And listen, that album, I'm going to tell you this right now, and then we'll talk about this more next week, but that album, the reason why you hear Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, Knock on Heaven's Door, Live and Let Die. No, not Live and Let Die, but like all these songs are all from Appetite for Destruction, and that was their first album.
Wow.
November Rain and Patience were on other albums.
I actually didn't know that was their first album, but I would have to say already, I know this is
It's shot up the charts.
Yeah.
It was like, and we'll get more into Guns N' Roses and General next week, but I just want to point out, November Rain, two things. It was, you know how long it is? It's like a 9-minute song, right?
Wow.
I'm not kidding. For those of you who follow this stuff, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or like, let me explain. You know the Billboard Hot 100?
Yeah.
In its day, November Rain, a 9-minute song reached number 3 on the charts.
Wow.
Not number 1, but it was in the top 5.
That's really good.
Top 5 of any song out there. It was just so good. We'll talk about Slash Clocks with Axl. Also, really quick, I know we have to end it, but I just want to let you know. The music video, that's the first thing about November. Second thing about it, it's the most viewed music video that's not made in the 21st century at 777 million views.
Wow.
It's the look up November Rain, look at the view count. No, the closest video that with that view count was Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
That was it. And that was 500.
Yeah.
But that just shows you how good Guns N' Roses is. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that next week. We'll go into Guns N' Roses, Appetite, and we'll also talk about their band as well. But thank you very much for joining this video. I know we talked a lot about AC/DC, to Guns N' Roses, blah, blah. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. For the Koosh Master, you can find him later on. So my name is J-Man, off to work, and we will see you, off to rock. And I'll see you guys later.